This is the Sandmarc Prolight Mini, and so is this. And this is 3 ways that you can use them in your workflow. Sandmarc were kind enough to send me these lights free of charge, but this video is not sponsored. The Prolight Mini is available in 2 models. There's this one, this is the bi-colour version, and there is this one, this is the RGB version. Right now, as with all of my videos, I'm being lit by the Elgato key light. Now, it's currently on about 20% and it is the only light source in the room except for that in the background there, that practical light, which doesn't give off any light whatsoever. I'm now going to switch over from the Elgato to the Prolight Mini. So I've got the Prolight Mini as a key light up here. This is the bi-colour one. It's set at 5600 Kelvin. You can go from 3000 Kelvin all the way up to 6500 Kelvin, and I have the included silicon diffuser attached. I actually think it does a pretty good job. I've actually only got this set to 50% and it's about an arm's length away from me, which is a little bit closer than my normal key light, but it's a small light, so let's give it a chance. As for the RGB version, well, I have that set behind me on 100% at a blue colour, and that's just giving that little pop of colour in the background. Each of the lights has a 1500 mAh battery, which should be good for about an hour's worth of usage on the bi-colour one, and about an hour and a half on the RGB version. Charging is by USB-C, and in my testing, took a little over 3 hours to charge from 0% up to full. The maximum brightness of the bi-colour light is around 800 lux, and you get around 600 on the RGB version. Everything is controlled using this small display using these 4 keys. It's super simple to use, but what you may have guessed is that means there's no app. You can't control this with your phone or tablet. It's all done with these physical controls. Whilst you can use these lights as your main lights, as obviously I've proven, I wouldn't recommend it. The battery runtime is probably going to get you unstuck pretty quick. But for those impromptu setups, or for a hair light or just a little pop of colour in the back of one of your videos, then they work great. The other thing to note, that on full brightness, both the lights get pretty hot to handle if you've had them on for a while. So that's something to bear in mind. Obviously, it's not as apparent when you've got the silicon diffusers on, but otherwise they are pretty warm. Here's the setup. I have my object, in this case the Garmin Epix Gen 2. If you want to see a review on that, I will leave a link up here and down here. I've got it on some dark grey paper and it's raised up off the top of the desk. I've then got this set up in front of my black studio wall, and then I have the camera on a tripod at the same level in front of it. I'm going to use the bi-colour light on a low brightness just in front of the object, just to add a little fill. And I'm just going to place this off camera on the same surface. When it comes to mounting the lights, this really isn't a problem, as they weigh a featherlight 86 grams each. Both lights are exactly the same size and pretty small. In fact, they're slightly smaller than the size of a credit card and a bit thinner than that of a deck of cards. They're made from predominantly aluminium with a plastic diffused lens cover over the LEDs. Unfortunately, neither of the lights have a magnetic back, unlike this small light and this small light and this small light, and basically a bunch of other small lights in this category. This, I think, is a bit of a miss because it is super handy to be able to attach the lights anywhere where there's a metal surface. All you get to attach these lights with is a 1/4-20 mount in the middle at the bottom. For taking the shot, I have my camera set to expose for 30 seconds. All I need to do now is make sure the face of the watch is illuminated before I start, and then I just get to painting. Using the RGB light, I set it to a colour that I'm happy with, and then I just try a few different movements, and I get some pretty interesting results. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Oh, sorry, I was just having a quick game of Dr. Mario on my modded Game Boy Color. It's got a new IPS screen and it is super bright. If you haven't got a modded Game Boy with a backlit screen, but you want to simulate it in a video, then you could do actually what I just did, which is use the RGB light using one of the effects. For this technique, I just used one of the lightning effects, which is one of 8 that are available on the RGB version of the light. And then I simply held it in front of me with the Game Boy covering it, and it kind of looked like I was playing the Game Boy. Or at least I thought it did. There are also a bunch of other effects that you can mess around with, including police lights and color changing cycles. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. How would you use these lights in one of your videos? Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.